Hello, my YouTube friend. It's Monday, so you're probably watching this on Tuesday. I just kind of took it easy today. I sorted some Pokemon cards. I priced them out. The sales today were still pretty good for Monday. Usually Monday is one of our slowest days, and we still sold a good amount, maybe like 20-something pops. So we're still 5 boxes, but I bet these can be condensed a little bit. I'll do that on Wednesday, I think. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Tomorrow's our day off, so I might come in for a few hours. I kind of want to work on the front. It's about time for me to start clearing out the front piles. It's all stuff I have to sort through and price out. Nothing too easy to do. That's why it's kind of piled up over the months or years even. There might be stuff from 2 years ago. It's still there. These piles just get to me a little bit, so I got to figure out what to do with this. It actually looks like maybe James put the lunch boxes together. I'm not sure. It's looking nice up here, like that level, but this level is a mess. Maybe it's time for me to buy one more of these shelves as I plan to put in front, and then figure out the shelves I want to do for the DVDs. Get that a little bit more organized. Not 100% sure. I think I'm going to wait a few more weeks to do that, just because I don't want to spend the money yet. And just the Pops are selling really well, so I kind of want to keep focusing on that for a while. I think I've lined up 3 small purchases, like 20 Pops each about this week. So I have a few, but no big, like, major hauls yet. Still, I'll pace myself. Like, this week, I'm just not quite ready yet. But I think next week, I'll be ready to try to find at least, like, maybe like a $5,000 to $10,000 value collection, just so I can do one big restock. Because I know when I do a big restock, everyone gets really excited, and they want to dig through all the new stuff, find the grails, do lots of trading, all that kind of stuff. So I'm, like, this close to opening up the floodgates again. But I'm going into it slowly just so I have a little bit of time because I want to catch up on some piles. For instance, the comic boxes all have room in them. So I feel like I could price out maybe a long box of comic books, maybe try to fill up the Hulk box, fill up the G.I. Joe Transformer box. Fantastic Four has plenty of room here for like 40 or 50. The Iron Man box I can fill up. So it looks like there's a lot of room there. All these under boxes are all like, they have lots of room. So I feel like tomorrow, I might actually just spend the day and try to price those. That's like 2 long boxes worth of comics. I think I'm just going to price those tomorrow and just get this section filled up. And then I kind of want to do something with the magic cards, just make it a little bit easier to dig through them. Maybe bring the magic cards over the top here, possibly. I don't know. It's still kind of a mess in here. The store is just too small for what I want to do. I would love to have a store like 5 times the size and have like this amount of space just for comics, this amount of space just for Pops, that kind of thing. But it's so expensive in New York City that, you know, I have a great rate at where I am. So I'm kind of, this is where I have to be. So I got to make it work. Oh, yeah. I think Eli asked me how much this shirt is. It's $19.99. I'm going to message him if I don't remember. I'm just filming it just in case I don't remember. If not, I'll make it into the video. Let's take, I got 4 boxes that I'm going to bring to the basement and just extra clutter that I need to get rid of. 3 more boxes I got to price. Stuff all in the front I got to price. So that's my day tomorrow. I'm just going to be working on clutter, I think. Just try to clean it up. Maybe try to figure out the live streaming stuff. This side looks relatively organized. Even the DVD shelf, it looks like someone... I asked my wife if she cleaned it up, and she said someone who came through and just kind of put stuff up and organized it for us. I kind of love it when a customer comes through and actually kind of organizes the shop as they shop. That's amazing. You guys rock when you do that. I sold a few too, so I could throw another one in there. Just fill it up. And I think they might have put a few here. What I'm thinking of doing is I might just get DVD shelves that can go a little bit higher and put them in the middle here and then continue the record row here. And then just have the DVDs a little bit higher up there. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Not 100% sure. I want to get pegboard for these poles. It's just the heating pipes, the steam pipes go through these. So I kind of want to wrap these in pegboard just so I can hang some stuff. Have a little bit more space in between here. The store still needs a lot of updates. It might be time to start thinning out the records just a little bit because I feel like they're not selling as well as they used to. Maybe I'll do like a Craigslist post to see if they'll buy. I have to also talk to my record guy if we could do like a sale or something. Because I have to discuss prices with him because he's the one that owns most of them. Okay, we could do a mini haul time. I found this box in the front. It was a Hot Topic order that I had never opened up and showed you guys. So I figure I'd do that now so I can put these away. So these are all from my collection. We have a Tigira Bakugan. I would have paid probably about $6 each because I think this was a hot cash haul from maybe like 6 months ago. Then we have Oh yeah, these are super cool. So these are the larger size Pocket figures that are kind of the size of a Pop. She's adorable. I love that one. And then we have Zeke, another Pocket figure. He is cool. I really like those, actually. Those are really neat figures. It looks like I had a few other random things that were in this box that were just trade-ins that I don't think I'm keeping those. We'll go through the things I am keeping. Oh, we have the Day of the Dead Bane. That one's neat. I like that one. And oh, we have Khan from Star Trek. I love these original Star Trek series Pops. I need to get the rest of those. I have a few of them, but I need to get the rest. Okay, and now we have one more, which is, oh, the Day of the Dead, yeah, Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. She is really neat. Love that Pop. Okay, those are cool. Really happy to have that little pile for my collection. And then these I save for shipping. They're, you know, keep your sorters. If you get sorters, keep them, because shipping Pops and sorters is a great way to keep them in good shape. Or if you need to send like a whole bunch to someone in a collection, like if you want somebody collection, having a bunch of sorters are great. Keeps them in good shape. Okay, so I think it's story time. Let's talk about more of my selling history, because it's been kind of fun sharing my stories with you guys. My son can watch, maybe my grandchildren can watch these one day. So sometime in the 90s, like 91, 92, I started putting together like little packets of baseball cards, maybe like 200 random baseball cards. I put together, I priced them at $2 each, and I went with a friend of mine, and we actually went door to door in my neighborhood, knocking on doors trying to sell them. And I think I made 20 packs. I ended up selling all 20 of them. $40. That was pretty cool. So I had experience being a door-to-door salesman. I didn't even really think about that. I tried it all. I tried mail order, flea markets, door-to-door salesperson. Not online yet, but I did do mail order. That's crazy. So as a kid, I was finding all the different ways I could try to sell stuff. You know, I also traded into the local shop. If I got something cool and I didn't want any more, I tried to sell it. But they'd give you 30%. And I learned early on I didn't really like doing that. I wanted to get full value if I could. Okay, so then, I'd say like, I moved my last year of high school. I didn't go to, we moved, and so I just immediately, I took off like a semester. I took one class. I talked about that last time. But then after that, I started taking business courses because I just wanted to learn how to run a business. And so I was just thinking of different ways to sell. And then I really got into AOL. AOL was, you know, you sign in. There's lots of chat rooms on all kinds of different topics. And so I would go into different chat rooms, and I try to find ones where people were buying stuff. And I found a chat room where people were, you know, baseball card collectors. So I did the same thing as I did as the door-to-door salesman. I made up little packs. I would be like, you know, 100 of these cards or 100 of those cards. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I would just do like random lots. And I would sell them for like $2, plus I think it was $2 for fourth class mail. I don't even know what fourth class mail is these days. I don't even know if it still exists. But for $4, I could send you 100 baseball cards. So I think I sold maybe 30 packs like that on AOL. It's pretty cool. It was fun just putting these little packs together and shipping them out. I had postal problems back then. The guy started telling me that instead of fourth class, I should use flat rate mailing because I was bringing in too many packages. And it was a little bit frustrating. But you know what? The post office is still like that today. So I did that for maybe a year. And then the next thing I did was, okay, so I was selling stuff to my friend Jim, like wholesale. I did that a little bit online. Oh, and then at one time I actually bought a giant lot of video games, like big box computer games, because I thought I could sell selling at the flea market. So I bought a lot of like 100 games for $200. They shipped it to me COD, so I had to pay cash when it arrived. And that was kind of fun because I actually played all the games. I was buying them to sell them, but then I played them all, and like I had a lot of fun with that. And then I tried selling them. They didn't really sell very well at the flea market. And then I think I did trade them or sell them to my friend Jim for like what I paid. And I think he played with them and sold them and had fun with them as well. So that was my early online selling experience. That was probably like 1993 or 4 up till about 1995, 96. I finished community college. I went for 3 years. I got 2 degrees. I got a degree in, I guess, business administration and one in retail. So I had a retail degree and a business administration degree. I had 100 credits. I got like a 4.1 GPA. I pretty much aced everything because I loved it. And I put a lot of effort into doing well because I was enjoying it so much. Like high school, I practically bombed out of. I hated high school because it's too rigid, I guess. Too much on just the basics. Whereas when I got to college, I could study business. I took a fashion class I really enjoyed, like a fashion business class. I enjoyed all the retail business classes, all the business administration, the small business class where you write a business plan. That was the best. I think that helped me the most. I took a music business class, and that was just amazing. That was like a self-inspiration kind of class. Because the first assignment he did was he had us write up 5 things we would buy if we became rich. Right. And he, like most people, were like, I'd get a nice guitar. And I was like, I would get a Salvador Dali painting, right? Or like one of Jimi Hendrix's guitars. I was thinking like For the Moon, and everyone else in the class was just thinking like, I'd just get a nice guitar, or that kind of thing. So I got an A on that. He liked that. But the whole point of that was he's trying to teach us that a lot of people that go into entertainment, they're only successful for a short amount of time, right? You get a small break or whatever, and then you're successful and you make all your money in 2 or 3 years, and a lot of people blow it and then you're broke again. So he was trying to teach us how to, like, if we do have the success, how to take that success and save it and invest it and do something with it that will, keep you going forever pretty much. So that teacher was great. I forget his name actually. I feel bad that I forget his name, but I feel like that whole class really inspired me because his philosophy was people go to business school. Like I was going to school for business. People go to business school. You learn accounting. You learn all these things. But at the end, you go into business to do one job, right? You become an accountant. You become a HR person. You become, advertiser. You have one job as a business person in a corporation. But if you go into a creative field, like for music or, YouTube, like I do right now, or anything creative, you have to do all the jobs. You have to do the promotions. You have to do the advertising. You have to do the HR stuff. You have to do everything involved. And that's why a lot of artists don't have success, because they're not business people, right? They're talented, but they don't know how to promote themselves. They don't know how to run it as a business. And so the whole class really taught me how to think that if you're going to do something creative, and I love doing creative stuff. I probably should have went to art school because all my friends went to art school. I had to have a lot of friends from high school, but my friends went to art school, and it was awesome seeing them blossom, and just the quality of the art went up. My art didn't go up as good, or it wasn't as good as theirs because I wasn't spending time on the art. I was spending time on how to run a business because that's what I want to do. I want to sell stuff, but I love being creative and being an artist. So the music business course was amazing. I think that was one of the best ones because just having that whole philosophy of you have to take on all the jobs to be successful as an artist. Whereas if you go into business, you just have to do one job pretty much. So I love that. So because of that, I guess it was 1996, I went to NYU Business School. I was able to, because I had such a high GPA, I got into Stern Business School, and it was a lot harder. Community college is really easy, but I feel like I learned more in community college because it's more hands-on, whereas NYU felt more corporate, and that didn't really prepare me as much for running my own store or running my own business. I don't think it would have been better for people going into like a hedge fund or investing or in a big corporate business. Whereas I wanted low-level retail store kind of business. So community college is perfect for anyone that wants to get into retail. And like I said, we really just have to take one small business course, and it'll give you the whole gambit of all the things. Just writing up a business plan and coming up with all the ideas and things that you need for your business and all the problems that you might face. To me, that is the most rewarding thing. So I'm repeating myself, but it's the one thing every time people ask me, like, one day I want to open up a store, I always say, try start small with a flea market or something local that you could do like once a month so you get the experience without all the investment. And if you can, go to take one course just for that one semester, write a business plan. That way you at least prepare your mind, because running a business, running a store is a lot of work and it's expensive, and you have to really be prepared for it. It's not something you can just jump into. It's like you can't just go to the Olympics because you swam once in a pool, basically. Okay, so then let's go to NYU, and by like 97, my best friend, he got a girlfriend, so we stopped hanging out, and I just started getting kind of lonely and sad. And so I was just like, I was kind of miserable at the time. And I really got into let's see, I was really into Ani DeFranco music for a while. Like I made a whole website and I was collecting music tapes and stuff. That was a whole other crazy storyline right there. So I did that for a while, and then I started, like, because I had been buying and selling for a long time, you know, I went to thrift stores, all that. I was building a little bit of a Ziggy collection. I had like one box, and I really thought to myself, what could I do to find Ziggy stuff? Because, you know, I had 30, 40 items, and I wanted more. I wanted all the ones from my childhood that I didn't have anymore, or the ones I had that were beat up. I wanted new ones. I want to get the things that I missed out on that I remembered. So I remember I posted on an AOL chat board. I was like, hey, does anyone have Ziggy stuff for sale, or know somewhere where I could buy Ziggy stuff? And someone said, oh, you know what? You should check out this new website. It's called eBay. eBay, right? This is before eBay was a thing. Or it was new. Like, no one knew about it. So I was like, okay, what is this eBay? So I went to the site eBay. I was like, oh, okay, it's like an online auction place. Wasn't quite sure what it was. So I typed in Ziggy, right, just to see what came up. Hundreds of items. Like, my mind was like big explosion. Just kept blowing up. I could not imagine you could get access to that many rare old Ziggy things. I didn't know they were common at the time, because for me they were rare, because I'd find something at a thrift store like once a year, once every couple months, right? I didn't find it that often. I was like, wow, this is amazing. So I started buying a few of the Ziggy items, and I was just like, I was having fun. You know, I could buy a lot, $10 for 25 bucks. It's like cheaper than they originally, because they're originally like $6 retail. So it was amazing. So I was like, okay, eBay. What can I do with this eBay thing? So I started selling on eBay. The first things I sold, I went throughout my house. I got the Atari games I had accumulated. I listed all those, sold those for like $2 to $10 a piece. All the extra CDs I had for sale, all the trading cards I had for sale. I found a whole box of my old cereal premium toys, like Tony the Tiger toys and stuff I had from my childhood. Listed all that, sold really well. You know, I was getting $10, $20 for these like Tony the Tiger figures that would float in water. I had like 20 of them. Amazing amount of them. I just, as a kid, I loved getting those cereal boxes with the premiums. I'd always dig in them as soon as my mom would get them. My sister would get mad because I'd get to them first every time. I was crazy obsessed with those. So I started selling on eBay, and because of I wasn't hanging out with my friend, I was kind of lonely. So what happened was my mom also started selling on eBay. She thought it was pretty cool too, that she could go to like a garage sale and find some old stuff, or like an old Hummel figure she bought once and sold it for $110. So every weekend we started going to garage sales, and it was actually like 3 or 4 wonderful months with my mom. Like, I have great memories just going out with her to the garage sales looking for junk to sell on eBay. And we'd go, so we probably went 12 times, maybe like every Saturday for like a month or two. And then, no, it's probably like 8 times maybe. I'm not sure. It wasn't as much as you would think, because I didn't do that for very long, but it was amazing. I went from being like a broke college student that would maybe make $60 on the weekend at the flea market to being able to sell like $600 worth of stuff in a week. It was cool. I was really hooked. And it was amazing because back then there wasn't PayPal or anything, so every payment was through the mail. So every day I would just get like a thick stack of envelopes full of checks and cash. And it was fun. I would deposit. At first I was depositing into my mom's bank account, but she got really agitated, so she made me get my own bank account just because it was just too much. So I could go do it with myself. So those are fun times. It was really cool doing eBay. And then, let's see, that was 97 through 98. And because I was a big fan of Ani DeFranco, I was being lonely. I started meeting random people from the Ani DeFranco board on AOL. I was just like, you want to hang out? I want to hang out. I'm the kind of person that's always kind of shy. And it was a really good experience for me, just meeting a lot of people, getting out of my shell. And I was having a fun time. And then in January 10th of 1998, I met my wife in person. And it was the greatest day of my life. I met someone who I was so comfortable with that I could just chat and chat and chat. And like, I have a hard time talking with people. There's a weird rhythm that I usually get. With her, it was like the most comfortable, wonderful thing I've ever had. So I felt, we dated a little bit. Well, it wasn't really date because I was just meeting people to hang out, right? I wasn't really dating. I was just friends. So she was my friend at first. But I had such a wonderful day with her. And by that summer, I fell madly in love with her. And I moved in with her in August. Real fast fire like that. So that will be, I'll continue the selling story, continue in 1998. So that was my 90s. I started the 90s selling toys to kids. 90, I was 14. So at 14, I was selling to kids. Then throughout the 90s, I did garage sales, then conventions, flea markets. Then I was selling online. I was selling wholesale. I did all kinds of ways of selling through the 90s. But then, and the other thing was by 97, 98, I actually, because I was struggling, I was commuting from New Jersey into NYU. It was like an hour and a half commute. It was a big struggle, and I also felt I wasn't really learning what I wanted to learn. It was more like corporate business. So I ended up dropping out of college at, I think, end of 97, just started trying to do eBay full-time. So I was doing eBay full-time. Then I met my wife. Then I fell madly in love with her. We moved in together, and then she kind of got into the eBay thing too. So we'll continue that story in the next video. That was a long one. All right. I enjoyed telling this story. I can't wait to tell you the next few chapters of it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.